David Day, Vicksburg Daily News. We're here on Smith Drive off of Gray Line Drive from Freetown Road. See, we have a 16 by 80 trailer. It is on fire. The fire appears to have started outside the trailer. Walk around to the other side and get a good look at it over here. Fire Boss Jerry Briggs is on the scene. Tanker is en route from Culkin Fire Department. We're going to go get a look at the other side. Word is nobody's living in this trailer, that it was abandoned. Looks like this trailer is going to be fully involved here pretty soon. Smoke coming through the rafters now. You can see smoke underneath. It's going to be this fire is going to consume this trailer here shortly. Firefighters are getting dressed over here. Fire Boss Jerry Briggs, Neil Pryor, second generation firefighter, sitting up on the right. Zach Kern is on the other side of Briggs. He'll be suiting up, and I believe Chuck Tate is driving a tanker in to the scene. See other Warren County firefighters arriving on scene as they wait on the equipment to show up. Flames coming out pretty heavy on that side of the trailer. Now we're going to step back out of the way here. The road to get back here is pretty rough road. Gray Line is pitted, and you have to have a hardy vehicle to get in and out of here. The Smith Road, this particular road here, is it's one area that's wet and muddy, and it was a challenge to get back in here, even in our Jeep Grand Wagoneer. We see power lines coming to the home. They're just waiting on fire trucks to show up. There's not a lot they can do until the trucks show up. This fire is probably going to consume this trailer, but they're going to stop it from spreading to anything adjacent. The origin of this fire is unknown at this point. See a tanker pulling up. How they made it through them Gray Line and Smith Road, I have no clue. See how quickly they get the water from this unit to the fire. And you come around this side and get a better look. We have a heavy gray smoke coming out of the roof area now, indicating that there's a hardy fire. See Pryor putting on his scuba gear. Probably going to pull the hose off the front of this unit. Firefighters working together. They really don't even talk. They practice this all the time, and they just start doing what needs to be done. See Zach Kern putting his all into getting that hose off the top of this unit, while Pryor and Briggs walk towards the back. They've already charged that line partially, and they're going to throw a lot more on it here in just a second. Chuck Tate will be on the other side of the fire truck. You hear it powering up now. It's going to power the pumps. I'm going to charge this line, and water will be put on this fire momentarily. Briggs is at the front. Hearn is now working the hose, just getting all the kinks out. And that line is charged. Here we go, we'll have water right there. So how quickly that happens from the time the fire truck pulled up until they had water on the fire. He's now going to walk his way into the structure probably to just kind of see where he's at, what he has going. He's probably already killed power. There's no gas to these units out here, but if there was, it'd be in a tank. They've already killed that. He did grab a device also that would help him maneuver into the structure if need be. See, he's knocked down the fire on this side substantially already. It's Chuck Tate. You saw walking in and out of the frame. Chuck Tate, longtime Warren County firefighter, in charge of 911, as most of the systems set up in 911 were established and designed by Chuck Tate, and he still works in service of the citizens of Warren County, coming out to 11:30 at night to work a trailer fire, an abandoned trailer fire. Zach Hearn now delivering some equipment to Pryor and Briggs so they can start to poke around, open up areas and extinguish the fire. See a lot of white smoke coming off the structure now, meaning that they're knocking down the fire. White smoke is the fire that's being put out, and brown smoke is the fire that's growing. You see a lot of white smoke coming off now. They've when they walk up on a structure like this, they have to establish a plan of attack to get the fire out. And on this one, it looks like they're going after the origin of the fire, and they're just going to work from there to the next step. I'll walk around this way just a little bit, see if we can get a better angle. Of what they're doing. See Briggs and Pryor fighting there. Briggs and Will Pryor fighting the fire. They've opened up a hole right there to put some water on the fire. They got some air in that line that we're going to work out. Sound you hear is Pryor. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit. Pryor beating through that wall, that tool that Zach Hearn delivered. We're going to open up that wall just so they can get in there and put water in that part of the structure. You see the flames raging through there. It's now spread to the roof. There might not be a lot they can do at this point other than just put water on it and knock down what they can. More Warren County firefighters arriving on scene now to assist. My guess is a tanker truck will be en route shortly to deliver water to this fire. Hearn is working from this side on his own. It looks like they're dividing the fire now. They're going to stop it from spreading to the part of the structure near the road. They're knocking that down, keeping it all on the back end of the structure. In doing so, once they get that second water line, see Pryor now moving towards the middle, and he's extinguishing the flames towards the front of the house, and he's just going to push it towards the back. Not really worried about the back right now. He's trying to establish a break line in the middle of the house so that he can push the flames towards the back of the house now when that second hose, which they're running, it appears from the back of the truck at this time. See on the left side of the structure, flames raging. The center of the structure, they've knocked down most of the flames now. And with that hole they knocked in the area there, they're now going to knock that down some more, probably to just drop the heat some. Yeah, he's putting a lot of water in there, and you can see the flames extinguishing quickly. That window area. Pryor is a second generation firefighter. His dad is a Warren County firefighter right now, and Pryor's been doing this for several years. Has a small child. Wife is also a member of fire service, but I'm sure she's at home with the baby while he's here putting out this fire right now. Warren County firefighters are trained all the time to maintain their fire status, their fire rating status. They have to, firefighter status, they have to train on a regular basis and keep up their certifications. These guys are highly skilled and know what they're doing. As you can see, Pryor is here knocking it down. It looks like he's got somebody coming to back him up. I can't tell who that is at this time. But a lot of the flames have been knocked down. From this side, we're going to walk around to the other side. Pryor doing that. Looks like the second hose is running off the back of the fire truck. The flames towards the front up here now. They knocked a lot of that fire down on this side as well. Now they're just going to work on putting out the remainder of what they have, including here in front of the house. That bell sound you hear is a firefighter who hasn't moved in some time, and it's I'm sorry, that's the oxygen running out. It's going to give him about a 2-minute warning, and they'll come over here and switch out the tank, their air tank, on the back of their equipment. So 110 Fire Boss Jerry Briggs over there, whose air tank is ringing off. As they throw out another hose, this hose is going to go to a tanker truck that I'm sure is en route. Briggs, you can see there, is up under the structure, pushing water onto the fire. Pryor on his side had knocked down the flames back there, and now they're working on knocking down the flames on this side. The debris you see flying and falling is the pressure from the water hose knocking the fire this way, or knocking debris this way as they continue to extinguish the fire. Here comes the other truck, bringing it back out of the way. This truck's going to deliver some much needed water. Engine 205 from Culkin. And with water on this truck, they should be able to extinguish that fire that has continued to spread towards this part of the house. Obviously, the trailer is going to be a complete loss. You can see Briggs literally just climbing in the fire there. An experienced firefighter, who's done this for most of his adult life, well over 20 years. Chuck Tate, he credits Chuck Tate with training him on being a firefighter, and you can see him just walking up there almost fearless, but he's highly knowledgeable on what he's doing. You can see now in the back of the house, they're knocking the smoke, the water pressure is blowing through that side and knocking a lot of smoke out. Briggs has knocked down most of the flames on this side, and then he'll step back, find new flame sources, and knock them down as well. The same thing Pryor is doing on the other side of the fire. They've already put a great deal of water on this fire, and right now they are working to put water from 205 that just pulled up into 209, and there it goes. And now they'll tighten up that connection so they don't lose much water right there. And that should be all the water they're going to need to put this fire out on this trailer. Two highly experienced firefighters, Jerry Briggs, No Pryor, working the hose to knock down the flames. I'm now going to go back and do it again. I'm going to knock down on that side over there as this truck is slowly filling with water. We're going to try to avoid that water. I'll walk over to this side and check on Pryor. See almost no flames visible on this side now. Got a light there. You got some flames inside, but they'll, I'm sure, knock those down momentarily now that the water is being delivered once again. It's like Josh Davies is suiting up here to go in and probably relieve Pryor, who's going to be exhausted here shortly. The air they breathe is just regular air. There's no super boost or extra oxygen boost. It's just regular air. And working that water hose, which is fighting you every square inch of the way, while wearing 70 pounds of turnout, that uniform they wear, the jacket, pants, helmet, boots, all those are designed to protect them from a fire for about 30 seconds, but it weighs about 70 pounds, and ouch. And that's what they're doing there. And so now they're just working back and forth, knocking down more and more of the fire. They're letting some parts burn, but they'll knock those out quickly. Once they go back to them, they'll knock them down and knock down another part, and then go back to that part that may have reignited. You see Josh is now going to take out that part of the wall to allow Pryor to get in there with the hose. Yeah, they just knocked that siding free, and he's going to poke through that wall just to open it up, just for access, just so they can get in there and get water exactly where it needs to be on this fire. Zach Hearn, Chuck Tate. Tate is managing the equipment, making sure the pressure levels are right. Hearn is standing outside some distance from the fire, working it down. My guess is Briggs has gone over to recharge his air, or maybe even catch his breath. Pryor is now out of the fire. Briggs there, Pryor, the first firefighter there. Said it is exhausting. You can see the sweat coming off the Fireboss Briggs there, wearing that heavy equipment. So forth. Zach Hearn's been a firefighter since before he was 18. They let him do what he could do, and now he works out in the Northeast and oftentimes takes on the duties of chief, even at his young age. Highly experienced firefighter, highly dedicated firefighter. And so we're going to end it about right here. Fire is largely out. They've got some hot spots they're going to knock down. That's about it. We'll get some photos for you and the full story on this fire as we can. For the Vicksburg Daily News, David Dick.